Hi friends, welcome to my channel, YiaYia's Heart Tarot. Today we're doing midweek readings. It's the 10th of August, and we will be doing 2 readings. Before we get started though, I did want to mention that I am suffering from a little bit of a cold. It's nothing serious, and it is not COVID. If any of you were listening to my readings on Saturday, I did mention, and I want to reiterate and mention again, that I am an ICRT Usui Holy Fire 3 World Peace Reiki Master, as well as an ICRT certified Animal Reiki Level 1 and 2 practitioner. And I do infuse all of my readings with Reiki energy, which is a healing modality. And so I want to assure anyone here who might be sensitive to energy that even though I have this cold, any energy that you would receive from this reading would be healing energy. And I also want to assure everyone that you can only receive energy if your aura is receptive to it. Energy can't be pushed on you if you're not open to it. With that being said, there are a lot of ways that we open our aura to energy that we may not realize. For instance, if you constantly are fearing that you're going to get sick, then that is opening your aura to the energy of getting sick. If you feel like people are mean and that people are judging you, then you are opening your aura to be receptive to those energies. If we open our hearts to people who are kind and to healing energies, then we're receptive to those energies. So I want to assure you and maybe give you just a little bit of guidance on that front as well, that despite what anyone may have told you or what you've heard or what you worry about, if some of you are concerned about witchcraft and spells, about people putting curses on you, anything like that. I know this is kind of getting off topic, but I just want to assure you that without opening up your aura to those energies, without being receptive to those energies, you won't take those energies on. So keep your vibes high and open your heart to healing and loving energies, and that's what you'll be receptive to. So, my point being, sorry, this reading is infused with healing Reiki energy. And so, even though I may have a little bit of a physical illness, that will not come through the reading. There will not be any sickness type energy that comes through this reading, as it is transmuted by the Reiki energy. So, with that being said, let's move on to the readings. I did have some visions today. I'm really kind of enjoying this visions in my meditations prior to doing the reading and incorporating those into the readings. It's actually being kind of fun interpreting some of these things. So today, and as usual, these visions are more, they're not like worldly, awe-inspiring messages. They're just kind of some clues as to what might be expected or what might be coming up. So with that, the visions that I had today, and there were 3, were the first vision was running shoes and a mountain, but it wasn't an actual mountain. It was more sort of a graphic representation of a mountain, and it almost looked like it was a mountain of paper. And so I take from that some of you are going to be dealing with a mountain of paperwork this week, but that you can get through it if you really put your running shoes on and keep on track. So just a little bit of advice for some of you if you're dealing with a lot of red tape, with a lot of paperwork, with a lot of nitpicky details, anything like that, that just seems almost overwhelming. You're going to get through it. Just keep your running shoes on and keep focused, and you'll get there. The next thing that happened was not actually a vision, it was a feeling. I had an itching, pretty serious itching, a strong itching in the roof of my mouth on the right side. And what this means is that some of you need to be very careful about what you say to other people. Your right side is typically thought of as the giving side, so and the roof of your mouth in general, and it was actually not just the roof of my mouth, but kind of the whole side of my mouth. The roof was where it itched the worst, excuse me, but it was all of that side of my mouth. So that would mean basically speech going out, and the itching was sort of an irritation. So be very cognizant that what you say might irritate other people. So just be really careful with your words this week. And of course that won't apply to all of you, but to some of you, just really think before you speak. And then the final thing that I saw, and please know that this was more of a cartoonish vision, not an actual vision for those of you who might be concerned about this, but I saw a raccoon being fired out of a circus cannon. And again, it was a cartoon, sort of an image. But from that, I am taking that there are some of you who are perhaps being thrust into a new situation and in a hurry. You've been dropped in the middle of, excuse my expression, but a shit show, and expected to just hit the ground running. And so the fact that it was a raccoon, though, says that you do have the resources and the inventiveness and the stick-to-itiveness to handle this situation. So those were the visions that I had. And so I just wanted to throw those out up front. Those will affect some of you, and others of you, it won't. But if any of those scenarios sound like what you're dealing with this week, then this probably has something to do with you. So the 2 readings that we're going to be doing today, group number 1 is a clear quartz Merkaba, just a little baby Merkaba. And group number 2 is a chakra worry stone, So whichever reading calls to you, or certainly you can listen to both of them. Choose your reading however your process is, the clear quartz Merkaba or the chakra worry stone. If you need to pause the video to give it some more consideration, that's certainly fine. As always, the readings will be linked to timestamps in the description below, so to go straight to your reading, just drop down and click on the timestamp and it'll take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hi Group 1, this is your reading, the Clear Quartz Merkaba. The first question that we have for Spirit is, what is the energy right now for Group 1 of their week? What is the energy of your week, Group 1? What is the energy of the week for Group 1 right now? What is the energy of the week for Group 1? Okay, this is a new deck, and it's a little slick. So let's see if we can get just a few cards out at a time. All right, guess we're going to go with all of these. This might be interesting. Let's see what we got here. See if I can figure out what is really supposed to be here. All right. Well, we got the Ace, the 2, and the 9 of Cups. The Ace, the 2, and the 9 of Cups. So, those are all pretty pleasant emotional energies. We've got an energy of connection, we've got an energy of starting out, and we've got an energy of fulfillment and happiness. So I feel as though this is saying that your week started out on a good tone. You were connecting well with whoever it was that you're dealing with this week, and you were optimistic about where the week was going. But then we have got the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like the week has sort of taken off with a bang. Excuse me, this is not the Ace of Swords. This is the Magician. Okay, hang on, let me back up here. So we got the Magician, we have the Strength card, we've got the Death card, and we've got the Devil. We've got 4 major arcana here, and then we've got the Knight of Swords. So with these 4 major arcana, the Strength, the Devil, the Death card, and the Magician, I'm getting the feeling that, and with the Knight of Swords, as I stated, the week has taken off kind of out from underneath you, actually. Not just with a bang, it's kind of, you're kind of losing hold on the week. And I feel like things have kind of ramped up and become a much more difficult week than you had anticipated. You are finding that what your plan was for the week is not going to work. And so if you want to get to where you need to be by the end of the week, you're really going to have to let go of your plan that you had set out for the week. And I feel like this plan was really pretty well drawn out, which may be why you had this optimism going into the week, because you felt like you knew how to handle the week and you knew what was coming up and you knew what you needed to do. But I feel like that has kind of gone out the window. Things have sort of taken off of their own accord, and you really don't feel like you have control of it. It's sort of got control of you. So in order to make the week salvageable, and honestly, there's potential for you to get to where you need to be, whether that's where you had planned to be or not, I don't know, but there is definitely the potential for you to get to a place where the week turns out okay. But it is going to take you letting go of this plan that you had, and also it's going to take a lot of inner fortitude, and it'll probably take, I feel like it's going to take a lot of inner strength for you to let go of this plan, because I feel like you were really, really, really pretty invested, chained to this plan, thinking that it was going to be exactly what you needed for the week, but it's not working out that way. So you may need to really work hard to let go of the expectations that you had going into the week as far as how everything is going to go. So that's kind of the energy that I see for you right now for the week, at least as things stand right now. So some challenges that Group 1 will face this week, or that they are facing or will face. What challenges does Group 1 have for the week? What challenges for them? Okay, again, we seem to have a bit of a dichotomy here. Let's see what these show. Okay, we've got the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords, and then we've got the Six of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So yes, very much a dichotomy. The Knight of Wands and the King of Swords are both cards of very strong movement, and so we've got sort of an urgency here for you to take charge of your situation and move on it. And then here we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is basically, well, the Knight of Pentacles is about being solid and reliable and sort of being the one who protects not only yourself, but those around you as well. And then the Six of Wands is sort of an energy of returning successfully. So, I feel like this is saying that you're going to have to really move on things in order to gain the clarity that you need to get through the week. You're going to have to act. If things are sort of spiraling out of control and the plan that you originally had in place is not working, you're going to have to cut through that. You're going to have to let that go. You're going to have to step up and actually take some new action to be able to see how things are going to move forward this week. So you're actually going to have to, rather than sit down and make a new plan, you're going to have to actually take an action, kind of testing the waters, but a definitive action, not just dipping your toe in. You're going to have to actually take a step, make a move, suggest something, whatever it is. You're going to have to actually act upon the situation in a way that is new and insightful and inventive and creative, not what you had planned. You're not going to be able to plan your way out of this. You're going to have to just jump in with both feet. The challenge that I'm seeing here with regard to the challenge with the Knight of Pentacles is that you don't want to abandon your plan. You had envisioned that your plan was going to be very successful and that you were going to sail your way through the week and everybody was going to be cheering you on and they were going to be amazed when everything turned out the way you had planned it to, and the week was going to be a great success. But your challenge is that you're having trouble leaving that behind because, as we've seen, things are not turning out the way you expected them to. Your plan is not really going to work. You're going to have to modify it. You're going to have to change things on the fly, which is what these cards are talking about. You're going to need to change things in motion. So that's a challenge for you, and then letting go of your plan is another challenge for you. So those are your challenges for this week. Excuse me. So what is some help that group 1 can tap into for this week? What is help that they can tap into for any challenges that they might have? What help are they going to receive, or can they go looking for and count on? Okay. Okay, well, there is someone who is extremely decisive, that is probably not involved in this situation, per se, but they're available to you. They are someone that you can consult with, or someone that you can ask for some assistance. They may have a piece of the puzzle that you don't have in order to get this back on track. So you can go to this person, and we got also the Five of Swords, which basically is sort of winning at all costs just for yourself. So so what you don't want to do is try and do this strictly on your own. You want to go and find this individual who is very insightful and who's very decisive, extremely decisive. So if you know someone like that, if you know someone that never hesitates, you go to them, you ask them a question, they give you an answer. That's all there is to it. You present a situation, you've got a puzzle, whatever it is, and they always are quick to come up with a suggestion or an answer, and typically they're either right or they are what they're proposing is very reasonable. And so track down this individual and get some help from them. That's where you can reliably look for help, and you definitely do not want to try and just do this completely on your own. Because while it might get done, if you do it on your own, you could be very off-putting to some other people trying to get this done on your own. It might get really frustrating. It might be a situation where you are so frustrated or stressed out about it that you get kind of snappy with others. You might be feeling a bit the victim because now you're finding yourself having to deal with a situation that you didn't plan for. And so if you are trying to handle it all yourself without getting any sort of help, it's going to put you in a situation where you are stressed out and potentially a little bit short with some other individuals. That may have been the itch in my mouth that I was feeling, that you may have to be very careful what you say to other people when you are in this stress situation. Okay, so where should Group 1 focus? Spirit, where should Group 1 put their focus this week? Thank you. Where should Group 1 put their focus? Okay, we got the Knight of Cups and we got the Two of Wands. So where you ultimately need to kind of split your focus. You need to make sure that emotionally you are fitting the situation. That you don't let your emotions get away with you. Don't get overly frustrated. Don't get dismissive. Make sure that your emotions are, that you are leading your emotions, not that your emotions are leading you. You want to stay balanced and again, just make sure that you are leading your emotions, not your emotions leading you. So that is where you need to put your focus. It seems like you would want to put your focus on the work, but in reality, the emotional aspect of it is what's going to throw you off and cause you not to be able to accomplish what it is you need to accomplish, will cause you potentially not to ask for the help that you might need. So don't get caught up in feeling frustrated or angry or victimized or whatever it is. Make sure that your emotions, leave your emotions out of the equation if you can. I mean, I don't mean not to have emotions, but don't let them run the show. So that's where you should put your focus this week, is making sure that your emotions don't take over the situation. So what should Group 1 avoid or shut down this week, Spirit? Please and thank you. What should Group 1 avoid or shut down this week? What should they keep out, avoid, shut down? Yeah. Okay, so we got the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So you are cutting you should avoid cutting yourself off from other people, from help. You also have the Hanged Man here, same message. You need to make sure that you are not cutting yourself off from others, not deflecting any help that someone might want to give you, not living in this self-imposed state of victimization, and not living in this state of eternal sacrifice, basically. So you need to shut down any urges that you have to just close yourself off to everybody else or push everyone else away. That may be what the Chariot is talking about, pushing everybody else away, moving them away. So don't do that. Keep open, stay open to assistance that you might need. Be thankful, be grateful, and just avoid shutting off any help that might come your way, because you might need it. You probably will need it. And you also, again, going back to that, potentially offending people around you who are still going to be in your life after this gets finished up. You don't want to have to fix that on top of having to fix this. You don't want to have to, after you get all this done, you don't want to have to go to all of those individuals and say, hey, I'm really sorry, I was stressed out, and try and repair any damages there. So be very mindful not to let your emotions run away with you, and don't shut yourself off from anyone who would be there to help you and support you. And so, what outcome can Group 1 expect for the week, Spirit? What outcome can they expect? Okay, let's see here. That's good. Okay. So we got the Jack of Wands, and we got the Nine of Pentacles. So you can expect that you will be able to come up with a solution to this problem that will actually lead you to, if not completely solving the problem, but coming very close, and getting to a place where everyone is satisfied with the outcome. We got the Justice card as well. So there will be, things will balance themselves out. Things are going to balance themselves out by the end of the week. Again, you're going to come up with a plan, a fresh plan that is going to work out and is going to bring you to a place where things are pretty solid. Things are going to end up balancing out. But you do have to remember to not get caught up in being the victim. That just needs to be, this keeps showing up over and over and over again. Don't let these emotions be more important than, the emotions of the moment. Don't let the emotions of the moment be more important than the bigger picture. So keep an eye on the bigger picture. You're going to do fine. You're going to come up with a plan that's going to work great. There's going to be somebody there that you can look to for help, and please do. If you need to step away from the project from time to time, or step away from the relationship, or whatever this challenge is for you, if you need to step away, do that, because that's going to help you keep those emotions on the even keel. It's going to help you make decisions that are not based on frustration and anger. So that's kind of how to bring this week to a decent close. One that basically looks like it's going to be pretty satisfactory for everybody. And so ahead of time we drew an oracle card, so let's see what we got. Okay, we got ancestors, and it also says generations. So let's take a look and see what this card is telling us. Ancestors. Ancestors are those from whom we are descended, with a lineage that starts with our parents and grandparents and stretches back hundreds and even thousands of years. We carry our ancestors' bloodline and are connected to them both genetically and spiritually in an underlying continuity of which we may only barely be aware. Although environment and circumstances contribute to shaping us, particularly when we're young, an innate thread of kinship exists that has run the course of history for thousands of years and is contained in our bodies and in our being. Since we're biologically and soulfully connected to these spirit beings, we can readily call upon them for guidance and assistance in matters concerning our family, community, and ourselves. In this card's image, The hands symbolize the constant connection with the past. The Australian Aborigines consider their ancestors the core of their spirituality and culture, and the rainbow serpent, the spirit being that created all life on earth, intertwines herself through the hand's fingers representing how the Aborigines honor all of creation. No matter our lineage, we have much to learn from our ancestors. You have within you the blood of your ancestors. You are deeply connected to your lineage, the most immediate proof of that being the physical resemblance that you have to your mother and father and perhaps even your grandparents. Yet beyond that, although unknown to your usual senses, you are connected to an ancestry that reaches back through the millennia. This is the time to call upon those ancestors, those who are of your bloodline, as well as those ancient ones who have walked the land that you now walk. In many indigenous cultures, it is believed that the essence of your ancestors inhabits many of the physical aspects of the land. In other words, they are in the trees, the water, the air, the animals, and the stones, their blood being in the very dirt and sand you tread upon. Next time you're outside, allow your senses to open to those ancestors who abide in the physical world. And any time at all, allow your heart to open to those spirits to whom you are related through your heredity, and those to whom you are connected by virtue of the land upon which you live. I'm not sure how that connects to this reading. It was pretty deep for just a weekly reading, but perhaps that is this knowledgeable person or help that you can call upon. And if it is, that will be something that will ring true with you. If you are someone who calls upon your ancestors. So that would be perhaps in meditation. So if you are finding this situation is very difficult to work out, you may want to step back and meditate on the situation and get help from your ancestors to help you come to this, formulate the new plan that you're going to need to make it through the situation. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me, and I am so very grateful that you do visit my channel. I welcome you anytime, and I hope that your week goes smoothly and that you end on a happy note. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 2. This is your reading, the Chakra Worry Stone. The first card or messages that we are going to get is just for the general energy of your week. The energy so far, the energy coming up, the energy for your week. What is the energy for Group 1's week, please, Spirit? Wow. So you're having a great week. We got the Strength card and we got the World card. So I feel like because of your inner strength this week, you are completing something or working toward something and making great progress toward completing a huge project or achieving a huge goal. You may be sealing a new business deal. You might be planning on proposing. But you have been working very, very hard for whatever this is, and you are closing in on completing this amazing whatever this is. So exciting energy for this week. So Spirit, thank you for those messages. And what are some challenges that Group 2 might face this week? What are some challenges they might run into or have run into this week? What are some challenges for them? If they have any challenges. Okay. Okay, so we got the Emperor and we got the Ace of Swords. Or in this deck, the Ace of Balloons. So I feel like the challenges that you might be running into this week are a well-meaning but perhaps a little bit overbearing father figure trying to take over, or trying to steer things the way they think they should go, instead of letting you handle whatever this is. They're just, and again, very likely very well-meaning, but they just have an idea of how they think things will work out the best for you, and so they're kind of trying to, maybe without even realizing it, sort of take things over. They're just kind of trying to help a little too much. So I feel like that is the challenge that you're running into this week, is this well-meaning individual who's just kind of getting maybe a little bit too involved in the situation, and they are trying to sort of change up your plans. Again, meaning well, but they're just kind of trying to steer things in a little bit of a different direction than you would like to go. They're not demanding or forcing or anything. They're just trying to give some fatherly advice and not probably real willing to back down about it. Okay, so where is some help that Group 2 can tap into, Spirit? Please. Where's some help they can tap into if they need it? Okay, so we got the Knight of Spoons, the Queen of Spoons, and the Three of Brooms. And honestly, I don't remember what spoons are in this deck. I think spoons are cups. The Three of Wands is telling you that you have a number of friends that you can ask for help, and they will be more than willing to lend a hand. I'm going to need some more clarity on these because I'm not sure what this is telling me. So Spirit, thank you for these messages. Can I have some clarity, please, on the Knight and the Queen of Spoons? The Knight and Queen of Spoons. I feel like this is a young couple, maybe, that you can go to ask for help. The Knight and Queen. It's kind of an interesting mix. It may be Seven of Spoons, Six of Balloons. So it's not cups. Seven of Spoons is going to be, let me think. This is swords. Okay, so let me back up here. Yeah, okay, that's still fine. So this is really sort of confusing. The Knight and the Queen of Spoons, this is going to be swords. So the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords are going to be two probably actual individuals who are quick-witted and probably fairly intellectual. It might be your brother and your mother who take very much after each other, but perhaps don't take after you quite so much. You might be more of a dreamer. You might be more of a creative type, and you might hang around with more creative types. But being this group of creatives, you're also quite spontaneous, and you're not much good at planning. So I feel as though you might need to, whatever it is that you're working on might require some big picture thinking, or it could get kind of lost in the shuffle, and there could be things that you're missing, there could be pieces of the puzzle or parts of the plan, or the just parts of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. There's a lot of working parts. I'm getting the feeling that there is a lot of working parts to this, and that you might need to check in with these two individuals who are, again, like I said, very possibly your mother and your brother, or a mother figure and a brother or uncle, a young man. But these two individuals are going to be very analytical, and they are the type who can see the big picture. They're the type who can see all of the working parts of a given situation and how they fit together. Whereas you are probably more of a kind of a big picture kind of a person. You don't see the details so much as just the outcome, this beautiful, amazing outcome, and you just sort of launch straight toward that. But along the way, you've come to realize that there's a lot of details and bits and pieces and parts that need to come together in order for this to work. So you very well might be missing, and probably have realized that you are missing some of the parts and pieces, or you can't keep track of everything that needs to get done on your own. So you've got these friends in your circle that you can call on that are also creative types like you, and they're great for, helping with carrying things or moving things, or coming up with great fun ideas, or seeing, doing things spontaneously. I mean, they're very creative types like you. So you are the type of people who, you see this great picture of what could be, and you go for it. But again, you and your friends who are these creative types are not great at making sure that all of the T's are crossed and all of the I's are dotted. So where you need to go for help, excuse me, is these friends or relatives who are, or this, I mean, this could be some sort of a manager, if this is a work situation, and a coworker, certainly, maybe a tech guy, and a manager who handles, a lot of people. But these are people who are able to see the pieces of the big picture that fit together to make the big picture. So you may need to turn to them for help. The Six of Pentacles, I'm not entirely sure what this is telling me. I think that this is saying that you can be your own resource. That when you are not certain where to go next, you need to figure out what it is that's out of balance. That's what this is saying. When things break down and when things are not moving along smoothly, you need to look at all of the pieces and figure out what's getting left behind, what is getting missed, what is not getting as much attention or as much input as something else. You have got the ability to see this. This isn't your strong suit, though. Again, you've got these people here who are really good with details, but this isn't so much about the details. This is more about what's going to make the outcome good. And by good, I mean something that is beautiful or wholesome or equitable or good in a value judgment kind of a way. So these people can help you put all of the pieces together so that you get to the end result. But it's going to be on your shoulders to know how all of this needs to fit together in order for it to be whatever it is that this amazing outcome is supposed to be. This amazing outcome isn't just like putting together, just as an example, let's say you're putting together a piece of furniture, and so you read the instructions and you put bolt A into hole B and put a lock washer on there and tighten down the nut and whatever you need to do. These people can do that. They can help you with that. But if you're going to build a piece of furniture that is a work of art, and it needs, it's a beautiful piece of furniture and everything is functional and it's all attached, but it just lacks something, and you realize that it needs to have some sort of filigree along the top, and it needs to be, the doors need to be straightened up, and it needs to be stained and polished to a high shine. So you're the one who needs to do that. These are details, but it's the details that make this project beautiful or fair or whatever the end result that you're looking for. It's bigger than just the nuts and bolts. It's bigger than just the basic stuff. It's something that is, people will look at it and be in awe, whether that's because it's so beautiful or whether that's because it is so loving and helpful. Whatever the situation is, it's bigger than just an ordinary everyday thing. And so you're going to need to turn to yourself for the help to know what those pieces are that's going to make this special rather than just done. Okay, so that's what help you can and need to tap into. Thank you for those messages, Spirit. And now can you tell us for group 2, where should their focus lie? Where should they be focusing this week? Okay, well, this is pretty simple. The Knight of Brooms. Your focus needs to be on acting, the action. Keep moving, keep working on this. It also needs to be focused on your insight and your creativity. But not just thinking about it. It needs to actually be creating and having amazing insights and then acting on them. So that's where your focus needs to be this week. It needs to be on the actual action and inspiration, but not just having inspiration, but acting upon it. Okay, so you need to get that creative juices flowing and then act upon it. That's where your focus needs to be for the week. So what should you avoid or shut out? Spirit, what should group 2 avoid or shut down or shut out? What do they not want to bring into their week? Or what do they need to shut down in order for their week to move successfully? What does group 2 need to avoid or get rid of for their week? Well, let's see what we got here. Okay, so now we got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this deck is funny. This card says you need to move. This card says and this is what you need to avoid. This card says not moving. This card is about standing still. This card is about not moving. Oh my God. Okay, so you need to focus on keeping moving this week, and you need to avoid not moving. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. Okay, thank you, Spirit, for that. So, what is the outcome of the week for group 2, please? What is the outcome for them for this week? Oh my goodness. What is the outcome for group 2? Okay. Interesting. Okay, we got the Death card. The Death card is about letting go of something that does not serve you so that you can bring in something new. And then we got the Page of Brooms and the Page of Balloons. Pages are all about bringing in the new. And then we got the Queen of Brooms. So the Page of Brooms, the Page of Balloons, the Queen of Brooms. So the Death card is about letting go of whatever is not serving you. So if there's anything that's holding you back from finishing this project, from realizing this dream, from completing this labor of love, let it go. And you will let it go. This is the outcome for the week. So you'll be able to drop whatever it is that you don't need for the week or for this project. Whatever it is that's holding you back, you're going to let it go. And you're going to bring in the new. This is new abundance. So that could be money, that could be, that could be property, that could be that could be beauty. So abundance, pentacles deal with worldly things, or earthly things. So this is about starting, this is going to be a brand new start of something that is beautiful and abundant and prosperous and wealthy and all of the things. It could be any of the things, it could be all of the things. And then the Page of Brooms, the Page of Wands here, is about the creative side. It's about the inspiration and the action, the movement. So this is, it's the start of a new inspirational time in your life that is going to be very prosperous and abundant. And the Queen of Brooms, the Queen of Wands, is basically sort of the divine feminine embodiment of creativity. She is the queen of bringing new things to life. So the outcome for the week is that you're going to let go of anything that's holding you back. You're going to begin a journey of prosperity and creativity that is going to bring you to a place where your creativity and inspiration and just passion for life is going to level up. This is going to be so inspiring, and it's going to be it's just going to be amazing. You're going to bring not only yourself but those around you. The Queen leads all of those around her as well. So you're going to bring all of the people in your life to a new level when they see this completion of whatever this amazing endeavor is that you're working on. It might be something that's just huge and amazing. It could be opening a brand new art center. It could be creating some new business, or it could be, like I said, proposing, getting married. It could be something as simple as, planting a beautiful garden. Whatever it is, it's a labor of love. It's something you've worked for, and that you've dreamed of, and now it's going to come to fruition. And by doing that, it's going to enhance the lives of all of those who are a part of your life. So you're not only bringing joy and just this great sense of accomplishment and awe to yourself, but you're bringing it to all of those around you as well. So wonderful, wonderful week that you've got going here. And your guides have got some serious sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek humor. I love it. So we drew an oracle card ahead of time. Let's see what the oracle card is. You got Wolf, which deals with instinct. So let's take a look and see what this card is telling us. This is crazy. The first group had the first card in the deck, and this card is the last card in the deck. Again, I can't make this stuff up. And I did shuffle that deck several times. Okay, so Wolf. All right. Some of the strongest characteristics of our brother and sister wolves are loyalty, companionship, playfulness, and affection. They are exceptional parents and take great care of their young. We see similarities to wolves in domesticated dogs, particularly in certain breeds, yet these tamed and distant relatives have long ago transferred their loyalty and pack behavior to humans. Yet wolves are still carnivorous, wild animals, surviving by seeking out whatever food is available that meets their dietary needs. This is instinctually driven and is the most basic and natural drive that all living things possess. Over the centuries, the encroachment of civilization into the wolf's natural territories and the periodic scarcity of game have prompted these beings to hunt wherever they could, which at times include a rancher's or farmer's cattle or sheep. This in turn has triggered a desire for revenge by these people, so that they hunt and kill wolves, which has decimated their ranks. It is the so-called civilized world clashing with the world of the wild and instinctual. You have lost touch with your instinctual sensitivities. It is the result of cultural and or religious prescriptions dictating that anything wild and instinctual is threatening, and therefore has to be controlled or eliminated. Now is the time to overcome this limited mindset and tune into these instinctual cues. Let the spirit of the wolf be your teacher and call upon this benevolent being for help identifying what those specific cues are saying. Shed some of your inhibitions, with the only guideline being to do no harm. Experiment by getting out of the straitjacket of familiar societal norms and listen to those sensations in your gut that are trying to give you a message. It may be a warning or an urging to take action of some sort. Take some deep breaths and simply notice what your bodily sensations are telling you. Your mind will be the receiver of that information, and your body and mind can learn to work more closely with each other once again. So, as with the first group, I really have no idea why I chose this deck. These messages are really quite worldly for just a weekly reading. But perhaps this talks about whatever it is that we talked about here in the outcome for the week that you need to let drop away. So maybe that is the boundaries that society has placed on. Maybe this dream that you are bringing to fruition is something that's huge that people have said is never going to work. So maybe that's what you need to let drop away and go with your gut. So whatever feels right, with regard to, and going back to the card where you need to tune into your own intuition about what it's going to take to make this project special. So, maybe that's where the wolf comes in here. Listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, and go with them. Believe them. So, this has been a fun reading. Thank you so much for letting me be the one to bring this reading to you, and I really hope that this comes true, because this is an amazing reading. I would love to know what it is you've got in the works, because this sounds like it's going to be beautiful or amazing or world-changing, and I'd love to see that. So again, I am grateful that you have come to listen to this reading, and I welcome you back at any time, and I wish you all the best. Thanks. Bye-bye.